Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your August 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Libra. And I am still doing my private reading, so feel free to message me or email me, preferably email to elizabetholson31@gmail.com to get you scheduled. I'm very easy to schedule with, and I try to get back to everyone within 24 to 48 hours. Please be patient, though. Libras are always patient, but still, I have to say that because, some clients, email me and they freak out if they don't hear something back, or they send payment ahead of time without talking to me, and they don't hear anything back and they freak out. So don't freak out. I do go through my emails, and if I miss it, if you don't hear from me within like a week, definitely message me or email me. Email me again. But for the most part, I get through everything within 24 to 48 hours. So don't panic, okay? But give it some time. I try to stay on it, but it's hard. I get a lot of emails. Anyways, I digress. I am still doing private readings, and I'm doing the tarot cord cutting combo as well as the couples sessions. So feel free to reach out to me if that's something you're interested in. And you can find out more about my schedule and payment and everything at the About section on my YouTube channel. So feel free to check that out. And I'm excited to do these readings right now because I feel like it's been a while. So, I like getting back into it. So I am back using my regular Shadowscapes deck. Just so you know, it's by Stephanie Puy-Moon Law. And without further ado, let's see what we get for you. Now, this is kind of an interesting reading. I feel like it's resonating with some of my memory from other spreads that I have done for you, other readings I've done for you guys. There's one card specifically in the position of the immediate future that I remember talking to you about. So I'm going to take you to task over this, Libra. You did not take my advice. Actually, it's hard for Libra to take advice because a Libra has two modes, balanced or unbalanced. And that's it. That's all they know. They don't know really limits. And they need to set more limits for themselves and others. But it's hard for Libra to do that because a Libra just doesn't know how a lot of times. And so you got the Ten of Wands in the position of immediate future, and the Ten of Wands you've gotten before, I'm pretty sure. And the Ten of Wands is not she's in balance, but soon not to be. Okay, she's ready for collapse. Basically, another day, more of her carrying on all this weight, she's gonna collapse. So inevitably, the scales are gonna tip, and the Libra is going to be unhappy because everything's gone to shit or chaos, and she's gonna. I feel like she's gonna collapse because of exhaustion. I feel like it's pure exhaustion, stress, an inability to manage everything, and you can't manage like 5 households and yours and the world's, Libra. It just doesn't work. So it's matching up with the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is recovering from illness. So, and she's laying down. So I definitely think you need to take some time to regroup. I feel like you need to rest. You need to recover from, I feel like this inevitably, this is going to lead, the Ten of Wands is going to lead to some kind of you either getting sick, and I'm not trying to scaremonger here, but I feel like either you're going to get sick or you're going to get exhausted, and you're just going to be burnt out, at the very least, burnt out. I feel like some of you are going to be really dehydrated. You're not drinking enough water. You're pushing yourself to the limit. Some of you aren't eating right. You need to delegate. You need to say no. It's time for you to start to say no to people, okay? That's what kind of has to happen. Saying no more, okay? So it doesn't happen. Because the thing is, no matter what I say, no matter what anybody else says, psychics or whatever, you can change the outcome of your life. You can. You can manifest. You can make choices and make decisions to change the outcome. So, or to change the energies right now. So the energies right now, in the immediate future, and the position of your attitude, going into the end of August, is needing to rest, needing to get more sleep, needing to recover from being sick, needing to have time off, needing to not carry so many burdens yourself, okay? That's what's really going on. And so, interestingly enough, the way to overcome the Ten of Wands is by start to say no rather than saying yes. But also, the universe wants you to focus more on, definitely having sex, but having healthy relationships. And that's part of the Libra has the function of being balanced or imbalanced. But what helps them balance is a partnership, is somebody else, where they're not doing it all themselves. So I feel like a healthy partnership, or asking your partner for help, or focusing on relationships again, will bring things back into balance for you, okay? That's how I see it. And how to overcome this, changing your attitude, you definitely need to get more rest, but you also got the Fool, which is maybe traveling, taking a trip. The Fool is also, sometimes it's moving, but I don't feel like so much. I feel like this is taking a leap of faith, knowing that things are going to work out no matter what, not shutting down. So it's sort of like you want to help the world, but you have two modes. You take it all on. You take the whole world onto your back, or you give up altogether and you say, fuck it, And you don't want to be in either of those positions. You want to have that healthy balance between the two things. So definitely taking leap. I feel like leaping into somebody else's arms, leaping into a new relationship. I feel like that's important, really a key for you. Now, there's some things that have gone on in the distant past and what's crossing you, which is really hard energy. And I want to talk about those. There's some other positive stuff, but what's lining up right now is the Devil in the distant past. And the Devil is an addiction problem, okay? Someone who's, chained to alcohol, greed. They may be chained to a job that they're doing just to do it, just for the money. It's, feeling like a slave in some ways, not being appreciated, maybe at work, giving your heart to the devil, or, being in a relationship with someone who doesn't deserve you, or who's lording power over you. I feel like this is primarily like an alcohol, pill, sex addiction, even, drug addiction, where you had some kind of addiction in the distant past. Now, for those of you who didn't, this could be where you felt like you were in a relationship you couldn't break out of. You were stuck there for some reason. You were isolated. It could also be temptation on your part, you or somebody else's part around you. There's temptation for any of the 7 deadly sins. Could be sleeping with somebody else that's not in your relationship. It could be anything that's tempting and worldly. Something that tempts you. Anything that tempts you. Okay. I feel like somebody in the distant past. You knew somebody who's wearing a mask. So you may not even be. You might just be, and you might be wearing the mask, but or you, it might have been you that was wearing the mask to everyone else, where people didn't like see the real you or didn't really see what was going on. And you just might have known somebody who was wearing that mask, and you saw through it and you didn't like it, you know? But somehow there's also the puppeteer too, someone who was controlling you, someone who wanted to control you, wanted them for themselves. There's also that element of kind of greediness in relationships. You know, someone wanting you and only you. Like you weren't able to talk to anyone else or have any friends or have any. No, like no, there was nobody else. There's that element also. You do have a strong ally, okay? There's a couple things that are drawing my attention from this card for some reason. You have this strong ally, maybe a strong friendship where someone is trying to help you, okay? It could even be like a wife or a girlfriend or somebody, or it can just be like a friend or someone's trying to help you. Someone's trying to push the devil off, okay? Help you overcome your addiction. But really what needs to happen is you need to do it yourself. That's the only way you're going to respect yourself. But there are people around you that are trying to help. Very much. There is something about an engagement or a ring. There's something to do with a ring and an engagement. If you're married and you're the devil, you need to let your partner go. Specifically for Libra males, okay? You need to let your partner go. Because your partner, for whatever reason, is chained to you, and it doesn't know how to get out, and you're causing them a lot of pain and suffering, and you're sort of torturing them, and you need to free them, let them go. You know, those of you who are married. Those of you who are not married, or those of you who knew somebody, it's sort of just like there's almost something wants to come to me, and it's like it has to do with and it's some engagement, some ring. Maybe there was someone you wanted to propose to. Maybe there was someone who you loved very much, and you didn't follow through on the engagement, or you didn't follow through on the proposal, or something to do with that. It's almost like you came really close to real love, then you lost it. For some reason, your addiction got in the way. It's like there's someone, I feel like in your past, that you loved, but the addiction got in your way. And so you came really, really close to either proposing to them or marrying them, or thought about marrying them, or thought about them in a very special way. And there's also this element of, you know, trickery too, where you led someone to believe that you were in love with them, but you weren't. And, you know, or there was this element of them believing that you were going to get married. You know, they might have just believed that you were going to get married without you doing anything. Okay, so I'm not blaming you. I'm saying they might have believed at some level that you were going to be married, you were going to get married. There was something strong, a strong connection, but it didn't happen. And I feel like there's just a lot of regret there on both parties' parts, you know. You know, just so much guilt, so much regret, so much, I want to say self-loathing. I don't know why. And I feel like the person that you married or that you're with wasn't that person. Okay, so there's several things there. There's several. Option number one is there's a girl that thought you were going to get married, or a guy, could be a guy too, thought you were going to get married with you, and then it didn't happen for whatever reason. Your addiction got in the way. Okay, that's option number one. Option number two is you are married to a person who you need to let go of. You need to free them because they're stuck in your addiction with you, and you're not treating them right on some level. Okay. Option number three is you led someone on to believe that there was something more to your relationship than just maybe it was just sex or something, but there wasn't, and it wasn't going to ever go anywhere, but they believed that it would, and it never quite got there. But there was some element of, proposing or engaging. There's something to do with a ring that was false. It was a false promise, okay? There were some lies. So this is some heavy stuff, guys. I don't know why I'm getting all of this from this one card. It's like I'm totally in the zone right now. And so for whatever reason, you got this Two of Swords crossing you. And this is what's crossing you. So this is like immediate. And the Two of Swords, I always call this the bloody wanker card, as you guys all know. And this is the asshole. Okay, this is the person who is married, who is cheating, or emotionally unavailable, and there's cheating. Or I feel like this is a relationship where you could be the swan, and you could be Libra, and you could be in a relationship with some other sign, somebody else. It probably most likely is this King of Wands person, although it might even be somebody else entirely. It's kind of complicated, but I feel like the Two of Swords is about someone who's holding out their heart to somebody else, who sees the potential in a relationship, but the other person doesn't see it. Or the person can't get into it because they're already married. They're already in a relationship. For those of you who are married, I feel like your partner really does love you. Even though you have an addiction problem. Even though you have problems. Even though you're not perfect. You're not a perfect human being, and you may be the devil. And this is the problem. In a way, they love you too much. And you need to let them go. Because you're not giving them what they need. They need like an emotional connection to you. And you were blocked. You're emotionally unavailable. It's not there. Nothing's there. This is also disagreements. This is arguments. This is like, the stalemate. This is when two people are not talking to each other. Sorry, I'm getting my cards all mixed up here. Okay, so we have that. Now, what's crowning you is the Knight of Swords, and I feel like this is you, okay, Libra guys or girls. And the Knight of Swords is, someone who's going into battle, someone who's, has a very sharp tongue, is always determined to win, will win every argument. Libras are the best at arguing, okay? They don't like to argue. They say they don't like to argue, but they're really good at it, okay? And so they continue to argue points even when the point is completely dead. The thing is I feel like it's linking up with the Two of Swords, which is what's crossing you. So I feel like there's arguments. I feel like you're out to win, and you will win, but it's really to your detriment that you win. It's only pushing your partner farther away. It's not bringing you guys close together. I feel like you're in a very passionate relationship. You may be in a relationship with a fire sign. Most likely, yes. Most likely, because you got the King of Wands here too. And these two are linking up. So there's a lot of passion in your relationship, You guys might have some hot sex, or maybe it's just, there's just underlying lust, passion, desire for each other. The King of Wands is usually a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Also can be a Taurus. Showed up as Taurus, so you may be in a relationship with a Taurus, Libra. Especially Libra ladies, there may be a Taurus. And I do think of it as a Taurus or Taurus-Sag combo a lot of times. I see it a lot of times. But this can be a Leo. This can also be, like I said, a Capricorn or an Aries individual. Someone who's just very strong and very willful. So to me, that person may be the person who has the problems, or it may be that you are very determined to get what you want. You have two very determined cards, so you're very strong. So you may have some other, very strong signs in your chart. You may be like a Libra ascendant or something, but then have your sun and moon in both Leo or Leo Sag or Leo Aries or something really strong and fiery like that. But I do feel like also for the Libras that are in relationships, this is you being being very passionate with each other, which is part of the problem. I think there's it's good and it's bad. There's underlying passion in your relationship, but it's almost like your relationship is almost too much about the sexual chemistry. It's too much about the passion. Not enough about the emotional connection. That's the problem. And an emotional connection is the heart connection. It's that really understanding each other, really, really caring about each other. It's a certain growing thing. Maybe you either grow together or you grow apart. That's what I say. And if you have one of the 5 pillars of a relationship is physical connection, that passion. You have to have that. But if you don't have the emotional connection, your relationship isn't going to last. And I don't necessarily feel like in this case, because you have the emotional unavailability card, that it's there. It's just not there. Now, again, you have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands in the center of everything. And the King of Wands is usually someone who's very determined to get what they want. So you could be the King of Wands and the Knight of Swords at the same time, or it may just be someone that's in your life that's very, very strong. This card does show up a lot of times as a lawyer, can be a doctor, can be somebody who's very just very much in control, someone who likes to be in control. And he has the staff, and so it's sort of just like this is the Odin, this is the god that has the staff, and he's in charge of everything, and he has a deep voice, like in the movie Thor. If you haven't watched the movie Thor, you gotta watch it. It's in the Marvel comic series. You gotta watch it. Anyway, so the things that are lining up, we have the Devil, we have the Two of Swords, and we have the Knight of Swords. So we have a lot of conflict crowning you and crossing you. And the problem is, the root of the problem is the Devil card, which is what I talked about at length for some time. You do have good things happening in your career. Career-wise, you're good. Relationship-wise, you're kind of sucky, okay? Career-wise, you're sitting on top of the world, which is power and achievement. For those of you who are doing in real estate or doing things with investments, this is a good time for you. Very good time. Some of you are bankers. Some of you, I feel like some of you are counselors because you have this card. I think this is the counseling. Some of you want to do counseling. Some of you, are talking to psychics, mediums and people like that, because this is asking information. Some of you are waiting for someone to talk to you, to call you, and they will call you. You will talk to them again. If you haven't been communicating with this person, this Two of Swords person, you're going to talk again. You're in a kind of a cycle where you're in a fighting and arguing, and then kissing and making up, and then fighting and arguing, kissing and making up. That's really what I see here for you. I feel like your household is a little bit out of whack. You've got too many responsibilities, too many kids, too many bills. You may have like a blended family. You may have multiple properties. There's a lot to manage, and you may be taking on other people's problems too. Because you have the counselor card, so you may be counseling people about their addiction problems, counseling people about their disagreements, their arguments, counseling people about how to fight fair, how to you may be a lawyer too. Some of you may be lawyers, and this is what you do. You're dealing with people who have criminal past or have criminal records, or people that aren't really in their I don't really want to say, I'm not sure how I say it, but they're not really doing the things for their highest good or for the good of others. They're not making the best choices. Let's just put it that way. So you may be counseling people about these things, and I feel like you especially need to take a day off and not listen and not talk and just quiet. For those of you who aren't in relationships, you may be a slave to money, and you may have hit the pause button on your love life, and you may be kind of aggressive. Your approach to things may be kind of aggressive. I feel like ultimately, you may be in counseling, or you may be trying counseling, or you just may be talking to somebody a lot about your life or about things that are going on in your life. One way or the other, financially, you're going to end up okay. Just so you know, you have the Ace of Cups as the outcome. That's a drop of promise. So it's a really great outcome. So it's like, despite the fact that things are really, if you're in a relationship, things are not going that great. And even if you're single, it feels like you're more, even if you want a relationship, it feels like you're more focused on your career, even if you do want that relationship. So, but this is financial increase after much hardship. This is also the beginning of having feelings for someone. So someone new, you might meet someone new. Libra guys, it may be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces female. For the ladies, you may need to just take a break and go on vacation. It's funny, I feel like you guys have gotten this card before. This is the R&R card. This is the Hawaii card. This is the Bahamas card. This is the Turks and Caicos card, if you want to call it that. St. Bart's, you may be going to St. Bart's, but this is the vacation. For those of you who live in Europe, this may be someplace, warm and sunny over there, maybe Greece, maybe Italy, maybe Turkey. I feel like I've gotten Turkey for another one of the signs. So, you may be going on vacation later in August, even early September. And for those of you who are not planning vacation, you absolutely must go, okay? And I have spoken, okay? You gotta go. That's it. Some of you are gonna go snorkeling. Some of you are gonna swim with. Some of you are gonna do some kind of marine biology with the sharks. I don't know. Power to you, but I wouldn't do it myself. Not if anybody paid me any money, I would not go swim with the sharks. Forget it. But this is something you want to do, something you like to do. Deep sea diving. I'm getting some of you are doing some kind of deep sea diving. Again, marine biology, some kind of studies. I think that's great. If you do swim with the turtles, I would swim with the turtles. Know that they know you're coming, just so you know. They know you're coming, and it's strange. They just said to me they want you to be there. So enjoy it. I feel like I can tune into them, and they know that why you're there. So they know you're doing good. So connect with that. I think that's awesome. Really interesting. So that's what I'm getting. long video, but good information. So I'm just going to leave it there with the turtles comment, and I will be back for my mid-August reading, and I wish you guys all the best. I am going to send you big hugs, big kisses, and I will be back again. Thanks so much. Take care.